Diddy Docket wrapping up the first week of testimony. Cassie Ventura was still on the stand on Friday, wrapping up her cross-examination. Diddy's defense attorneys moved forward with the same strategy, reading text messages out loud, regardless of how graphic or vulgar they were, to continue to push forward their theory that she was a consenting adult and nothing that she did was against her will. So they wrapped up her testimony. She could finally be off to have her bundle of joy with her kids and her husband. Speaking of Alex, there's been a lot of talk about him having to sit in the courtroom and listen to all these stories. He knew whether or not he saved Cassie. He gave a statement saying that he was not the one who saved her, but he did feel tremendous pride and overwhelming love for Cassie. And I'm so happy for her to have that. The prosecution called 2 more witnesses that testified on Friday. We have Benden, hopefully I'm saying that right, Don Richard from Diddy's group, Danity Kane. Benden was a Homeland Security investigator, special agent who works in human trafficking division at the department. He handled the logistics for the arrest back in September of 2024. Searched the room at the Park Hyatt where Combs was staying. The jury saw photos of 2 Ziploc bags, each filled with Johnson baby oil and Astroglide. Recovered bags from the entryway of the closet. More bottles of baby oil and lubricant were found in the bathroom, on the nightstand, and elsewhere in the room. This is according to the photos, according to the special agent's testimony. There was a bottle of medication that was found in a Louis Vuitton bag on a nightstand in the bedroom. The name on the bag was Frank Black. The label identified the medication as clonazepam. 2 bags of pink powder were also recovered. They tested positive for ketamine and MDMA. Upon cross-examination, it did appear that a woman was staying with Combs at the hotel. Original reports did say that it was going to be Aubrey O'Day from Danity Kane to testify, but she went on a podcast and said that she was in New York for pleasure. That although she had been contacted by Homeland Security, she was not scheduled to testify this week. Just because she posted that she was in New York, people assumed that she was testifying, but she was not the one to testify. It was actually Don Richard, her bandmate, that testified from the MTV series Making the Band. She testified to additional acts of violence that she witnessed, that she saw. Diddy attacked Cassie back in 2009. She said that Diddy came into the kitchen where they both were about to hit Cassie with a skillet. After the altercation, Diddy dragged Cassie by her hair upstairs. She said she heard glass breaking and yelling. She did say that she was actually in fear of Diddy, and that's why she didn't report the abuse, because she was scared and fear of what it might mean to her, whether or not she would be physically attacked as well. Richard said that Diddy did ask her and another woman to come to his house, but they were told what they witnessed was just an act of passion. What lovers do, told them that it was in their best interest not to say anything. Testimony substantiates that Diddy is a violent person. He was violent towards Cassie, that he did use intimidation and fear to stop other people from reporting what they had saw. Other things that were discussed in court on Friday, the judge expressed concern about the trial moving so slowly. Of course, attorneys on both sides blamed the other side. The defense blamed the prosecution blamed the defense for reading all of those text messages out loud, knowing how much time that would take. He also heeded concern from the prosecution about disclosing the order of witnesses too far in advance, saying that he would not compel attorneys to release their full lineup for the next week. That is just in the concern to avoid any type of potential witness tampering or obstruction or intimidation if those identities are released too soon. The defense argued that they could better prepare exhibits for a cross-examination if they knew the witness order ahead of time, but the judge ultimately sided with the prosecution. So that is the first week of wrap-up. The trial will begin again Monday, May 19th at 9 a.m. Until next time.